Hello everyone, today we're going to try day 22. We were able to solve day 21 part 1, but after multiple hours I wasn't able to do the second part, but let's give a try and see if we might be more successful on day 22. For people that are new here, on second, it's completely different stuff. How we solve this task, we have for each part, for each day, completely separate folder. Let me copy the folder for day 21 part 1, paste it here and rename it day 22 part 1. What we do, we have input file, we have a main go file. That's our final program that we try. We have a file with all of our prompts. Usually what we do is we're saying, okay, read the input from this file. The task is as follow, and we're giving some very simple instruction that the model should play the role of competitive programmer, and that we want the task to be solved, and the model should read the input from a text file, and we are pointing to the test text file, in which we usually put the content of here, these reboot steps, for example. That's our test input. We're grabbing our real input from here. As you can see, it's huge. Put here, and we're trying to make sure that our program is firstly solving the test problem, and if it's we're trying with the full input. Let's read a little bit what is the task. Reactor reboot operating at the extreme ocean depth has overloaded the submarine's reactor. It needs to be rebooted. Okay, we're in a submarine that have a reactor that needs to be rebooted. The reactor core is made up of a large three-dimensional grid made up entirely of cubes. We have three-dimensional grid that it's made of cubes, and the cubes and the cube per integer is three-dimensional coordinate xyz. We have these cubes, and there we have three-dimensional coordinates. Each cube can be either on or off. At the start of the reboot process, they're all off. Could it be an old model of a reactor you've seen before? Okay, what does it mean even? To reboot the reactor, you just need to set all the cubes to either on or off by following a less reboot steps. Your puzzle input. Okay, I'm getting some structure. Each step specifies a cuboid, the set of all cubes that have coordinates which fall within a range of x, y, and z, and whether to turn all of the cubes in that cuboid on or off. For example, given this reboot, I have x, y, and z, and it's telling me that if something is failing in this shape I should put it on and off. The first step turns on dry by dry cuboids consisted of cubes. Okay. The final steps turns on single cube. After this last step, the 39 cubes are on. The initialization procedure only uses cubes that have x, y, and z position of at least -50 and at most 50. For now, ignore cubes outside this region. Here is a larger example. The last two steps are fully outside the initial procedure area. All other steps are fully in. After executing these steps in initialize procedure, region of cubes are on. Okay. In my small example, I should get 39. Okay, let me try this one. I think here the key point is first to parse the coordinate and after that to take in account that I need to ignore some part of the input. But let's see how ChatGPT would do with this task. I think that it's actually possible to be able to solve this one. It doesn't seem so hard, but let's give a try. Okay, we have our test impulse, parse the reboot, step and calculate the number of cubes around after execution each step. We have action, start end. We're reading the file, we're closing the file, how we're parsing the file, we have reboot steps, we're doing simple scanning, one by one, we are not skipping empty lines. Okay, that's kind of, I think in this case we need to add skip of empty line because it will end with empty line. We have min and max coordinate, which means it's trying to take in account at least on this step the minimum maximum coordinate. And okay, here it's trying to parse the input. We need to double check if that's correct. We have x start and end because it's range. All of this stuff seems convincing. And in our task we needed to count how many cubes are on, and with this big input we should have 590,784 cubes around, and with the smallest one that we have as a test input we end up with 39. Here we have counting the cubes. Okay, this program more or less looks about right. Let me grab it and go down. Talk. And have it in my answer. Let me add the markup for Go. If someone looked in GitHub to see it better, hop, save that. As I go here up and copy it. And as I mentioned, I can see already certain problems with here failing because of skipping empty line. I think it's 32. Yes, and let me do it like that. I have wine, I have this. If the wine is empty, continue, and here I want to have the wine. That's very typical mistake. Now we error on different place, 36. Let's see what's happening. 36. We have here one thing that I don't like is in this parsing. Let me see the action. The action is on. Okay, correct. What are these parts? I have on. I have this part, and this part. And now I'm saying, okay, give me one, which is fine. Wait, is that my one? What is the two? Okay, I see. I have the part, but actually I need to do parts, and I need to have strings, split parts 1, and to do it with comma. I mean, Copilot is doing it for me now. Let me see what I get now. Yeah, I don't have parts after that. That should be fine. Let me see what's okay. That's here, and if I have it like that, 3 should be, no, sorry about that, I need to change the indices. Okay, here I need to get Z. Okay, 39. Let me try with a little bit bigger one, because here I should skip the one that are very big, and to simply verify that that part of the logic is working before to. Okay, that's fine. Okay, it doesn't. let me see what was the condition to know that I need to skip something, because I think at this moment it's not really skipping. The initialization procedure only uses cubes that have x, y, and z position at least minus 50 and at most 50. For now, ignore cubes outside this region. The last two steps are fully outside the initialized procedure area. All other steps are fully in. After executing these steps, does it mean that in such case but I think if this condition is the negation of this condition, it's not, I should skip it. Let me see. Start. That's why, and let me start with that. And actually, should end here. Here it should be y. Okay, that's exactly what we expect, and we don't need to loop and having this check here. The check here, it's not really needed. Okay, after this small correction, let's see if we're able to solve it. Input. I mean, that's a little bit too small. Okay, we solve day 22 part 1, and I hope to see you in part 2. Bye for now.